Spanish Inquisition, a time when religion was fear.
There is one faith, and all else is sin.
Innocence meant death. And love was lust.
Barely to leave my thoughts.
The master of this madness was Chief Inquisitor Torquemada.
Some souls have turned so far from God that pain is the only way to call them back.
She was an angel of light.
Stop! Have mercy! Stop!
Who would tear his world of torture apart.
In Christ's name, I beg you. Have mercy.
Arrest her.
No!
Maria is like an angel.
Satan was an angel.
Take me into the castle and direct me to the dungeon where they keep the women accused of being witches.
You love me. Let down or he dies.
Help me!
Stay back!
Now, from mankind's darkest age, comes evil's ultimate weapon.
Look up. Razor sharp.
The Pit and the Pendulum. Stuart Gordon, the director of Reanimator, and Edgar Allan Poe, author of The Raven, create a new vision of classic terror, The Pit and the Pendulum, starring Lance Henriksen from Aliens and Near Dark, Jeffrey Combs of Reanimator, and the Devil's Oliver Reed. The Pit and the Pendulum. It's a slice of history.
The Pit and the Pendulum, directed by Stuart Gordon, is an underrated blend of gothic horror and historical fiction. Taking place during the Spanish Inquisition, it's a tale of torture, religious fanaticism, and obsession. Gordon takes the source material of the original Poe story and runs with it, giving us an homage to Corman's AIP Poe adaptations that drags the corpse of Poe himself screaming into the 90s. Lance Henriksen steals the show as Torquemada, the Grand Inquisitor. He believes his brutal actions are justified by divine will. I can see some possible inspiration drawn from Witchfinder General in the script and in Henriksen's portrayal. Torquemada is similar to Vincent Price's Matthew Hopkins, in that his apparent fanaticism is largely a facade used to mask his sadism, moral corruption, and his addiction to power. The story revolves around Maria, played by Rona DeRicci, and her husband Antonio. Maria is accused of witchcraft after catching Torquemada's unwanted attention. Maria and Antonio are swept up in the horrors of the Inquisition as they struggle to survive Torquemada's lustful obsession. Maria's purity and Antonio's loyalty make them a couple that you genuinely want to see make it through, and their love gives the film a much-needed sense of hope amidst all the darkness. The filmmakers nailed the gothic horror atmosphere. The film is full of dark dungeons and crumbling castles lit only by fire. You can practically feel the cold stone walls and damp air, which makes the setting feel oppressive and alive. Gordon uses the low-budget sets to his advantage, emphasizing the suffocating dread of the catacombs. Combine that with Richard Band's haunting score and the stage is set for a dismal gothic horror story. This movie doesn't shy away from showing medieval punishment. The whipping, burning, and of course the iconic pendulum are all brought to life with some impressive practical effects. The pendulum scene does not disappoint as the blade slowly descends on its victim, which brings you to the edge of your seat wondering if he can escape, and if so, how. Torquemada may be the villain, but his descent into madness is one of the things that makes this movie so entertaining. There's a part of him that seems deeply tormented by his own actions, and Henriksen delivers a nuanced performance that gives the audience hope that he will remember he is a man of God, and perhaps let Maria and Antonio go. The Pit and the Pendulum is a brutal, atmospheric film that takes the essence of Poe's work and twists it into something fresh. Like so many other movies on my list, I saw this on Viewer's Choice pay-per-view. It was my introduction to Edgar Allan Poe, Lance Henriksen, and Stuart Gordon. If you're a fan of gothic horror, or historical settings with a splash of blood and guts, You'll enjoy this one. For the love of God, press play.
Yes, for the love of God.